Hello everybody, it's EzraTime here. Welcome back to another movie review. And today we're going to be talking about a movie called The Bad Guys. Now this is a new, or I guess not a new, but like a 2022, like a DreamWorks animation movie. Now I'm a big fan of DreamWorks. Obviously, I love Shrek and How to Train Your Dragon, just like and Kung Fu Panda. So like that's like the three franchise that has been part of my childhood and my life. Especially How to Train Your Dragon. I love them so much. But for the recent years, I'm not really into the new like DreamWorks animation movies, because I was like, okay, fine, it was fun, it's not that great, like it doesn't really drew me and it doesn't really create like enough buzz around it, I feel like the last buzz that DreamWorks has is actually with How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, that's like the last time where people like so hype about a DreamWorks movie. Now it's like, all right, fine, people watch it, like, which is nice, but I feel like for the bad guys here, I don't exactly have any initial interest to watch the movie, like this movie was released in 2022, back, last year technically, April 2022, like a long time ago. But I just watched it today, like literally just today finished watching it, because I was so bored, I thought that, well, I actually came to see what was new for DreamWorks animation, and I heard the bad guys, and then I see Puss in the Boots, the Last Wish, I think, which I haven't watched yet, but I plan to. And for the bad guys, I was like, that's I decided to check it out, because why not, and I really, really love this movie, because again, I guess for this movie, what makes it great in my opinion, because it really brings me back, my energy of like my childhood energy, in my opinion, because like what I meant by that is like I feel like super giddy again when I watch this movie, because it's been such a long time since I was anything from Disney or DreamWorks, to be honest. I was like, okay, fine, cool, I guess, because I feel like right now everything is like replaced by anime. um so I was like, okay, yeah. So when I watched this movie, I was like, wow, this movie is so fun and entertaining. It has so many great characters in it, and it's just all time fun, in my opinion. I was like, it just bring me back my positive energy, in a way that I'm just like super happy when I watch, and I was super happy when I finished watching it, and it's been a while since I feel that, in my veins. Like literally, I know this is sound all dramatic, but that's literally how I feel about this movie. It's great, in my opinion. So yeah, for the bad guys, what is the plot of the bad guys? Well, there is this five character, obviously, who are called the bad guys. Name, wolf, snake, tarantula, shark, and piranha. And so these five are like a team, obviously, team of bad guys. They basically steal a bunch of stuff. But eventually the movie kind of like switch them around. Obviously, it's about a development between this character from the bad guys to the good guys. And they also introduced this one character named Diane Foxington, which is might be my new favorite female character from DreamWorks. Because the other one is Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon. But this might be the second one, in my opinion. There's only one movie, obviously, but she's already winning me over, man. Wow. Because yeah, all the character in this movie is so much fun, and he has so much more chemistry. Like I like the relationship between Wolf and Snake. Because especially in the beginning, I like in the beginning where Wolf hears some speech from Diane, on the television, and then Diane kind of like called them out, like, yeah, it's a cowardly thing, they just stole money and money and money, and that's it, and then Wolf got provoked. Obviously, he goes out there to steal this thing called the golden something. I forgot. I think it was the golden dolphin, if I'm not mistaken. It's like some sort of this like trophy. It's not a trophy, but it's like like it's like you give something to an award, basically. And Snake was like, I was expecting Snake to be the one who actually got really provoked, in my opinion. But that first conversation really, really solidified my opinions about Snake. Because I first was like, okay, he's gonna be this grumpy character. Which he was. He is grumpy, but he became so much more in the movie. And especially the line in the beginning was like, we don't need to steal that thing, the golden dolphin. We have everything. We have friends. We have this treasure that we stole a bunch of time, and it was great. Like that line that right there was like, whoa, like really surprised me, because I thought Snake is gonna be the one who got provoked, and then like try to persuade the group to steal stuff, and then, well, I mean, I guess I kind of expecting Wolf to do that as well, but it's like, I don't know, like Wolf to me when it was first introduced is such a cool character, but Snake is the one that really surprised me in this movie, because he's such a grumpy character, but he has charm to his character. He's not like a one-note asshole. It's not like a one-note grumpy dude the entire movie, but he's actually smart. He actually has development that I was like, wow, this is great, man. And watching this movie felt like watching a Mission Impossible movie in some way, because like it involved this group of thief that basically turned into like a some sort of like a spy in the end. But it was great, like the action is fun, the animation is well done, and I cannot believe this movie budget was like what, 80 million, I think. It's between 69 to 80 million according to Wikipedia, but let's just say 80 million. That is pretty, I guess, cheap for this animation, I guess, because like when you're expecting to see this 3D animation, then it's gonna be like Disney, right? The standard budget for Disney movie usually is like 150 million, 200 million, obviously, if the animation was like really expensive. But for some reason, DreamWorks, like managed to give us these good movies, these good original movies, with this good animation and this good voice acting, direction, writing, with this small amount of budget. I mean, it's not exactly small; it's 80 million, but still, like when you're watching this movie, you expect the movie to be 100 plus million budget, but it was actually below that, and they somehow managed to deliver a better movie than Disney. I don't know how, but that's how it is. I feel like the reason Disney movie wasn't that memorable, but this one right here, The Bad Guys, even though I watched this like a year later after it was released, it's a good movie. And it definitely is gonna stay with me, and I definitely wanted to see a sequel to this movie. I really wanted to see that. Because I feel like with this could be the next DreamWorks franchise, man. I really, really want them to turn this into a franchise in the future, hopefully, because this movie makes some money in the box office. It grows 250 million, so I think it makes its money back. Like it could gross more, but I hope it's enough, And I think the director for this movie does said that he would love to do a sequel. So I'm really hoping that we could see a sequel to The Bad Guys. I know this probably doesn't create enough buzz on the internet, but go see this movie, guys. It's a great movie in my opinion. It's really fun. It's only 100 minutes long, so it's like you could just bring your kids to watch this movie and just have fun, have some family time together. Obviously, it's great, But of course, that is some criticism that I could say about this movie, and that is the character development, because I feel like the Wolf is the one that has the best character development, and I know it's a kids movie, so like everything happens so simple in my opinion, but the thing about DreamWorks movies is that they really kind of like pushing the boundaries at times, that could become a PG-13 movie in a way, and this movie kind of pushed that, but it's not really, to be honest, But I feel like because it was a kids movie, it becomes like the weakest point in my opinion for the development for the character, because it happens so quick, and it's so cheesy, Even the bad guy, I thought the bad guy was like, good in the beginning of the movie, but I feel like towards the end, it kind of like it felt cheesy in my opinion. Like it was like, oh man, really? Like he become this cheesy bad guy. But again, it's not necessarily a super bad thing. It's just fun, But I'm just expecting more from him. Maybe in the sequel we could get a much more greater villains, because like, I think that's DreamWorks people keep like having these two category that in DreamWorks that you have bad guys and then you have villains. Bad guys like, yeah, it's fun, it's cheesy, but villain was like memorable. For example, How to Train a Dragon 2 has Drago Bloodfist. Now that is the DreamWorks villain. The villain was like super dark, and like he's not gonna hesitate to kill people who are close to the main protagonist. Obviously, you know what happens to Stoic, right, in How to Train a Dragon 2, and that is like it's like, wow, man, like the tone just completely changed. So I'm really hoping that the second movie could introduce us to a DreamWorks villain, that actually really memorable, really dark, and really serious about the whole thing, and you can feel the guys is actually dangerous, because the first bad guy in this movie, it was fine, it's good, but I'm expecting more, and of course, but besides that, I still think this is a fun movie, man. I'm really hoping people will go watch it again. Again, it's not. I know I'm a year late, but I feel like, like for people who haven't watched the movie, please go watch it, guys. Please go support this movie. I really wanted to have a sequel to this movie. I know that the director want to do one, but again, it's up to the studio that if they want to make a sequel or not. I know there's a TV special that is going to be released this year probably, but again, I'm really hoping to see a sequel to this movie. It could be the next DreamWorks franchise. and because it was made by DreamWorks, we could have a much bigger and better sequel, because like that's how to Train Your Dragon works. The first one just introducing the character, which is what this movie does. It's a small world, right? Which is also what this movie does, is small world. World. And then the sequel go bigger, go darker, obviously, and I think that's what's gonna happen in the second one, hopefully. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much my review for the bad guys. Again, this movie has so many plot twists, by the way, that some I honestly I didn't see any of them coming. I know that some people probably see some of them are coming. But to me, not really. I was like, when the twist happened, I was like, oh shit, that actually happened. That actually what happened to the movie. I was like, wow, okay, this puts a new perspective to the character. I was like, this is great, man. So again, the twist worked for me. It works for the movie. That's what I'm trying to say. So expect more of that. Obviously, if you haven't watched the movie, I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but there is multiple twists, and I was like, whoa, okay, this is great. But yeah, guys, that's my review for the bad guys. Hopefully, we get to see a sequel in the future. But yeah, again, if you guys enjoyed this review, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, usual stuff. Click the join button below if you guys want to support my channel even further, so you guys can become a member for the channel. And yeah, guys, stay tuned for more videos in the future. And again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys in the next one. Then, bye.